For as long as I can remember, and since I was a little boy, there's been Prados everywhere. They truly are an Aussie icon. It's been a go-to for families, travellers and explorers. It can handle the rough trips away, but still provide comfort for daily use. When Toyota announced the 250 Series Prado, we were curious to see if it could carry on the legacy of the previous Prado models. We wanted to find out, but more than that, we wanted to build one that represents what we do here every day. Not just fitting parts, but creating a vehicle that's well balanced, capable, practical, and ready for everyday use. So the first thing we did was went out and purchased a vehicle, as there's no better way to get familiar with a vehicle than owning one yourself to learn the ins and outs. We got the car into the workshop and onto the hoist, and then started by removing the factory wheels, the front coilover assemblies, and the factory upper control arms. Now onto the most exciting part of any build, unboxing new parts. This one was specifically exciting for us because this was our first look at the J-Max Alpha 2.0 shock absorbers. These shocks feature the same build quality that we're familiar with from other J-Max shocks, but they are a simpler design, no remote reservoir, no adjustability, keeping them practical and affordable, which we thought was the perfect choice for this build. Now putting back together the front end, we installed the J-Max suspension and upper control arms before moving on to the rear. You will notice that the J-Max suspension package isn't just a simple spring and shock upgrade. There's other supporting components such as the upper control arms, rear lower trailing arms, adjustable canard rod, sway bar links, and bump stop spacer kit. These supporting modifications help to return the geometry as close as possible to factory and make sure everything is functioning correctly in the aim of maintaining drivability. When it came down to wheels and tyres for this build, we wanted to keep it in line with what this vehicle was being used for. A sensible but capable setup that can handle a mix of situations from touring to everyday use. We went for the Method 709 wheels, and they're wrapped in the Maxxis Razor tyres. We spoke to Method to have a look at our options, and we come across the 709. We really like the look of this wheel, and we love the added feature of the lip ring, which adds a bit of pop to the look, and it's a replaceable lip if damage was to occur. Complementing the wheels, we worked with Maxxis. Their Razor tyres are a perfect fit for this build. They offer a great balance between on-road comfort and off-road capability, which is exactly what we're looking to achieve on this touring fit-out. When choosing our tyre size, whilst we had a few options, including up to a 35-inch tyre, we chose something slightly smaller and stuck with a 33. There were a number of factors that helped us make this choice. Going for a larger tyre would have negatively impacted the fuel economy, affected the vehicle's responsiveness, and made it less enjoyable to drive on a daily basis. With that in mind, if we went for something too small, we're going to sacrifice the off-road performance and capability, and that's why we've settled on the 33-inch tyre, which we feel is well balanced for this build. After the wheels and tyres, we moved on to fitting the external modifications, starting with the roof rack. There's a few different roof rack options on the market, but for this Prado we decided to go with the ARB base rack. One of the reasons we chose this specific rack is due to how low it sits to the roof, thanks to its vehicle-specific low-profile mounting solution. Another major reason we chose this rack is due to its fully welded construction, providing a stronger and lighter design. Now, in my opinion, if you're going to be driving on country roads in Australia, and especially if you're heading away on trips, a bull bar is an essential modification. I like to think of it as cheap insurance against animal strikes or minor collisions for incidents that otherwise may damage the vehicle and leave it undrivable, potentially ending your trip. We wanted something that's strong, reliable, and looks good. And if that's what you're looking for, it's hard to go past the ARB bull bar. When choosing a bull bar, it's important to make sure it's something that's ADR compliant and functions with all factory radars, cameras, and sensors, which the ARB bull bar does. Whilst installing the bar, we've also chosen to add a pair of ARB forged recovery points. These are rated and integrate with the bar and bash plates nicely. There are lots and lots of options when it comes to driving lights. For this build, we chose our premium brand Ultravision, made right here in Australia, specifically the 140 Max driving light. Something to keep in mind when choosing lights is the colour temperature. It's not all about raw output or lumens. Many of the lights, specifically cheaper brands, will be a higher colour temperature, which is extremely bright and white. We find a warmer colour temperature in the 4,000 to 5,000 range is more practical and closer to sunlight, which your eyes are designed to see. There's plenty more that we can do to this car, but for now we're calling it done, as it's about to head down to the Adelaide 4x4 show. We want to say a massive thank you to all the build partners who have come together to make this build a reality. It's been so awesome to watch so many people come together and deliver such a high-class build in this short time frame. Now, we're really excited to get this car out in the real world to do some R&D and decide what's next for this Aussie icon.